With us is Makary, a food activist and social influencer known as the Food Babe. She's also the founder of Truvani, a plant-based food company. Thank you so much for being here. All right, what's happening with our ice cream? What do you make of the announcement?
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely incredible. The International Dairy Association announced that all ice cream is targeted to have no artificial food dyes by the end of 2027. And this is really exciting for children everywhere, especially the children that are suffering from hyperactivity and are being medicated as a result in this country when virtually every other developing nation has removed these petroleum-based dyes from their food. I'll just give you an example. When you go and you buy ice cream in Europe or other countries, a lot of times you can get a mint chocolate chip ice cream that's bright green, that's actually made with real mint, as opposed to the green or the blue and yellow food coloring that they use to make the green here in the United States. And these additives are made from petroleum. They don't belong in our body, and they have health implications associated with them. And this is one of the reasons why countries overseas have removed them from the food supply. And what the worst thing about this situation is that American food companies, when other countries started to regulate these additives, they voluntarily removed all of these artificial food dyes for other countries to avoid warning labels, but they didn't do that for us. So now, finally, we have an administration, Secretary Kennedy and Dr. Marty Makary from the FDA, holding these companies accountable and getting them to change.
Yeah, I mean, we're also taking a look at what the FDA recently approved, Gardenia Blue, a new natural food dye. You talked about the mint. That's super interesting. What can you tell us about this new dye? Why is it healthier? And does all of this make us healthier?
Yeah, I mean, again, this is not a dye that's made from petroleum and coal tar, which is produced in a way that produces carcinogens. This is something that's nature, that comes from nature, that comes from the earth. That's a more natural dye that the food industry can use to replace the petroleum-based dyes that they use today. And this has been something that's been extraordinary to watch the FDA work so hard and so fast and furious to approve new natural dyes so that the food industry can move away from these artificial food dyes. I would love to see other companies that are big and as big as the IDA and all of the companies they represent, companies like PepsiCo that already make Doritos and Cheetos and Mountain Dew and Gatorade in other countries without artificial food dyes, do that here. They already do it there. Why aren't they doing it here? Americans deserve the same safer products that these companies are already making in other countries.
Yeah, a lot of people hearing that message loud and clear. I think some people say, as long as my chocolate ice cream doesn't turn gray. I mean, we'll get to that as we move through all of this.